Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel. This is Psychic Medium Raymond Guzman. I hope that everybody is having a wonderful holiday season. Today, at the request of one of my rays of light, I am doing a psychic reading on Penelope Cruz. I hope I said her name right. If you don't know who she is, how could you not know her? She has been in many movies. She is well known throughout the world. Her, I believe she has origins to Spain. She is Spanish in descent, I believe. And she is married, currently. So that's like basically the background or the backstory on this beautiful lady. And today I'm going to be giving you the insight of what I see about her. You know, coming up in 2021, moving forward, because a lot of times the things that I say are more future oriented. This is part of my gift, which is precognitive, and so it may not make any sense to them if she happens to listen to this reading or any of her fans. But I feel like she's a fabulous lady. I feel like there's a lot of mystery to her. The first thing that when I looked at her photograph, because when I do these readings, that's why I kind of do it in this format where I get to look at my computer screen and look at her photo, and then I can just give you the insight that I get from spirit. If she is from Spain, like rumor has it, right, that she was born in Spain or she's from there. I'm very intrigued because I feel like in her bloodline, I don't know if she's done any DNA ancestry or whatnot, but I pick up a lot of Basque blood. So I'm kind of curious if she is in that RH negative group. The reason that I'm bringing this is because I feel like she has a lot of the Basque features of those people. Like, I'm part Basque myself. I'm part Spanish, not Mexican, part Spanish, a lot of Spaniard blood. And again, there is association. I have part of that Basque in me, in my ancestry, you know, lineup. And I feel like for her that she has that as well. There's this strong psychic connection that she has as well. She is very much like, I feel like clairvoyant in some ways. I want to say that. Now, I don't feel like she will label herself at any given point, or she will even reveal this, you know, maybe to just the closest people near her. But I do feel like she's had paranormal experiences. I do feel like she's very spiritually opened, and I do feel like this is a gift that comes from the females on her mom's side, but also her dad's side, I feel like. So again, there is a lot of connection to spirit, a strong sense of will. I also feel like she's not a pushover, so you see her as very kind, but she is very feisty, and she is going to make it known what she wants and what she doesn't want in, you know, her love life, in her family, in her work projects. Again, very fiery type of personality, whereas, you know, she can be quiet and she can observe, but she's not going to let anybody walk all over her. And I feel like that has served her well in her life here in the physical world and also in her career. Now, interestingly enough, when I look at, you know, into what's coming up for her, I feel like there's a lot of focus right now on her husband. I believe his name, let me look it up, but I believe it's Javier. Is it Brahman? I don't want to say it wrong, but let me just, let's see here. Give me 1 second. I'm just looking. Okay, so Javier Bardem. And they've been married since 2010. Now, I looked at him and I immediately got, like, he is a good person. I feel like he's a good spouse to her, whatnot. But I also feel like he has his own issues, dealing with mood swings, temperament. These are things that, you know, everybody has flaws. None of us are perfect, not even myself. I do feel like there's a lot of focus on him, and I do feel like there is this, almost like he's looking at ways or avenues to reclaim his youth, because I feel like he's still pretty young. Let me see how old he is. I don't know. I just saw a photo of him, but I don't know his age. So let's see. He is 51, so there is a big age difference. Well, not big, because she is still relatively young. But when I see him, I feel like he can be very moody. I do feel like he's very stern in his beliefs. I do feel like, you know, he ultimately is kind of looking for new avenues and directions. Not that he's not good as an actor, because I feel like he would be very successful in acting and all of that stuff that he's involved in, but I kind of feel like he's looking at different opportunities and expression. The thing that has to be careful here is that sometimes men, and I just am throwing this out here, I'm not saying that this is the situation with Penelope, but I feel like sometimes men at that age tend to start having this midlife crisis and looking at themselves from a very deep and I'm trying to find the right word here. Intrinsic, I don't know the right word I'm trying to use, but they look at themselves and they like overanalyze themselves, and they have this fear that they're getting old and they need validation through finding friendships or situationships outside the marriage where they are younger women involved, because he feels like, they may feel like they have it still, that they're still attractive and hot and whatnot. And I don't feel like Penelope is one to not give him affection or give him that kind of reciprocation, but I don't feel like their relationship is entirely perfect as we see it. I do feel like there are things that are going on in this relationship that she has been kind of quiet about, and I feel like it's like she has kind of like played kind of almost like a blind eye, I'm just gonna say. But things are changing. Whatever is going on, she's going through like this awakening, and also going through some type of dark night of the soul, which I feel like a lot of you that are listening to this reading would be able to relate to. 2020 has not been kind to anyone by any means. And when I say that, I mean like we have kind of dug a little deeper into our consciousness and what we want and our desires of what we want, and maybe working through those areas of our shadow side that is not good, like unhealthy coping mechanisms, jealousy, or things of that nature. And I feel like she's going through that. But when I look at their home life and how her home life looks, the Tower card came up. So interestingly enough, there is some shakeup here. There is some deception also coming from a male in her life. So I'm very curious. I'm not saying that he is necessarily cheating on her, but there is something going on here, because then the Seven of Swords came up. And again, it doesn't necessarily mean that this is happening, but after the Tower card, it came up with the Seven of Swords. So I kind of feel like this is hinting in some ways that she does just need to be very careful. And interestingly enough, the next card that flowed after that was the Strength card. So again, this is like a test. I feel like she is being tested by the universe. I don't feel like her and Javier are going to be together forever. I don't feel like he is her forever person. I do feel like she is shedding and evolving and growing as a woman. And I do feel like there is other people out there that are interested in her as well. But I feel like she's very loyal, and she's not going to give them any kind of attention until this marriage would end, or they would separate in some way. But I feel like, again, she's trying to make this work. I feel like on some level she grew up in a family where it kind of would be like embarrassing to go through a breakup or a marriage, because there are people that talk. So I don't know if how she grew up in her country, how this would be perceived. But I know that a lot of Latin American countries, or even Spanish, Spain, I know that a lot of the older generations tend to have taken relationships very, very seriously, and it's almost like they try to avoid things and sweep them under the rug, because if everybody knows about it, like neighbors or friends of the family, it creates an embarrassment. Going back to like hidden pregnancies, at a very young age for women, families would either ask for that, for an abortion, or just to give up the child and give it up to an orphanage, because again, this was something that was shunned up, like it was shunned. You were shunned if this came out into the light. But I'm just using that as a contextual kind of like reference, because I feel like in some ways that her mind and her inner psyche is trying to hold on to something where she has been receiving a lot of validations, maybe on so many levels, that there is change in the future for her, and that if there is stagnation, that she's going to be fine. She is still attractive. She's young still at heart, and she can do whatever she wants. But I feel like there is this period where she is going, there could be this period where they are split up or they're separated. And she, starts thinking about everything. And I do feel like ultimately there is a second opportunity of love for her, and even for him, if they were to separate at some time, like my spirit guides are showing me that there's an imminent split at some point in the future for these two. I feel like there's other people that have things to offer, but she's not going to necessarily move. So for her, it's very difficult to start all over. It's very difficult when it comes to matters of the heart and love for her to kind of open herself up to a new person. So if she does end up separating from Javier, if this does come to pass, I kind of feel like she would spend maybe 4 or 5 years before she would even contemplate anything serious, like being in a committed, serious relationship. Doesn't mean that she can't date, right? Doesn't mean that she can't keep her options open, because I do see another younger guy than Javier coming into her life or expressing some kind of interest in her. But I feel like for her, what's most important is holding her family together, and also money and career. Like her career, she has a lot of movies and work projects and, you know, things with her company that she still has to do. And so there's a lot of traveling for her over the next couple of years. I feel like she is bouncing back between the United States, Australia, and, you know, other European countries. Like a lot of traveling is what I feel. Ultimately for her, there is some healing that needs to take place, because I do feel like she does hold on to things, and that can chip away slowly at her, at the soul core of her pureness of heart, right? I feel like there are things that people have done to her. There are certain things that she does not like or agree with. And so I feel like she's bottled this up a lot and doesn't really talk about it. You know, the beginning steps of healing for anyone is to start talking about it and releasing it. And I feel like for her, it's very imperative in this lifetime, you know, for her to work through those issues and let go of any kind of baggage that she's holding on to. Even if she doesn't verbalize this or, you know, communicate this with anybody else in her life, these are just the most inner thoughts that she has, right, that are reverberating through her inner psyche. These are the things that she needs to work on, because I feel like her heart chakra is kind of blocked. There is a blockage there. And I also feel like her throat chakra is blocked. So I don't feel like she necessarily says all the time the things that she's thinking, but when she does, it's very, you know, very fiery. It's explosive. It's you know, you better just like watch out when she gets upset. But for the most part, like, I feel like she's going to be having a lot of changes over the next 2 to 3 years, maybe even up to the next 5 years. We will see changes in her relationship, in her career, in her desires, and the things that she wants to gravitate towards, you know, new roles and opportunities that are coming to her, because her career is far from over. But I feel like, again, there's going to be many changes that are going to kind of have her questioning and feeling kind of shaken up by all of this. But at the end, she's going to be able to overcome that. So I want to thank everybody that requested this psychic reading on Penelope Cruz, and I want to say that if you have any other suggestions of people that you want me to read, celebrities that is, please leave a comment in the comment section below. All right, guys, so many blessings and love and light. Have a wonderful Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays, Happy Hanukkah, Feliz Navidad, whatever. I love you so much and appreciate you. Also, if you are interested in a reading, tomorrow, December 25th, is the last day of my sale on my shop for anything in my shop, including all of the psychic readings. Use promo code Xmas, that's lowercase XMAS 20, so Xmas 20 upon checkout for 30% off of anything in my shop. So if you've missed the Black Friday, you missed the Cyber Monday, this will be the last time probably that I'll be having a sale for quite some time. So take advantage of it for 30% off anything else in my shop. Also, don't forget to join my Patreon, and if you are not subscribed to this channel on YouTube, hit the red subscribe button as well as the notification bell icon. And don't forget to follow me on Instagram as well at Psychic Medium Ray. All right, guys, I love you so much again. Have a wonderful holiday and many blessings. Bye.